Hey everyone, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Corner of Craft. This is the Crafty Chat podcast in which I talk about knitting, crochet, sometimes, very rarely these days, and also drink tea. Because tea is a huge obsession of mine that I'm sure many of you share with me, because such is life, really. I'm coming at you today from a bright but cloudy Nottingham in the UK. People are being nice and loud outside, which is my favourite thing to contend with when I'm podcasting. I'm actually recording this on a Wednesday this week instead of a Thursday, so that's slightly weird for me, but I'm at work tomorrow, so you've got to make it work when you can. Like I've said, my name is Hannah. If you'd like to follow me on social media, please feel free. They're all my handles. I use Instagram the most, but feel free to follow me on all of them if you'd like. Links to all of them can be found in the description box below, as well as a link to the Ravelry group, which is where I post notes about the podcast, and I list all the things that I've made and the yarns that I've had and blah blah blah. We good? That's also where you can enter any knit-alongs and giveaways. I am currently hosting a knit-along. It is the 50k sweater cal. I've recently been fortunate enough to hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a huge accomplishment. And I wanted to host a knit-along or crochet-along. You can crochet in this, no discrimination. Host a knit-along, and there will be prizes for those who enter. There is a chatter thread over there, and there is a finished objects thread over there in the Crafty Chat podcast Ravelry group. So feel free to natter away and enter your finished objects, and a list of all of the rules can be found in there. And I have actually received some goodies in the post that are going to be knit-along prizes. Oh my goodness. So let's just mix up the order that I do things in. I received some lovely post from Jess, who has been a long-time viewer of the Corner of Craft, and I recognise her name from various live streams she's been in. So she has a company called Husick Hats. Husick Hats? There's all the details. And she dyes yarn and sells stitch markers. So she sent 3 skeins of yarn, 2 of which are going to be giveaway prizes, 1 of which I'm going to keep. And I need to decide which to keep. So they're all on her 75/25 superwash merino and nylon base, which is 4-ply yarn or sock yarn, fingering weight yarn. In the UK, for some reason, we call it 4-ply yarn, even if it's not actually 4-ply. I don't understand. But this is the colourway Kate. Try and get it to focus. It's just beautiful purples and pinks and blues. I love this. This is cute. And it's all been packaged beautifully, so I'm trying not to nush it up too much, so I can attempt to send it out in a similar fashion. So rustly. And then we've got Garden Sparrow, which is a really cute colour, but it's kind of like mossy greens. So beautiful. This is on the same base again. So this can be used in shawls, it can be used as part of a jumper, it can be used as socks if you want, because it's got the nylon. Very versatile and incredibly soft. Such soft yarn. And this is Electric Lemonade, which is disgustingly bright. I love it so much. When I say disgusting, it doesn't always mean negative. But these neons. So your oranges and pinks and that fluorescent yellow, and then patches of the undyed yarn, and it's stunning. So I need to choose which of those I want to add to the giveaway and which I want to keep. I'll wrap it up later. And then she also sent along some stitch markers. Once again, she said I can keep what I want and give away what I want. So she sent a couple of these teacup stitch markers, and I have a feeling I may have to keep some of these. if it will focus, there we go. Now these were hand illustrated by one of her friends, Kelly, whose shop is, she wrote it in the letter, I should have been more organised than this, whose shop is Ely Creations. That will be listed in the show notes as well. And she sent a couple of packs of the stitch markers, and then she sent a pack of these, which are some that she made herself. And I love these are magical. So yes, that music outside is really irritating, but I'm just going to roll with it. These look awesome, I love it. So enter the knit along to be in a chance for winning some of these. Enter your finished objects into the finished objects thread. Like I say, the rules are all in there, so feel free to read away. Also, I think I'm just going to have one of these as a knit along prize and then keep the other for my 50k giveaway that I'm going to host on this channel. I'm just building up some stuff. Oh, I put this cardigan on because it was a bit chilly. Now I'm very warm. This is my Anouk cardigan that I knit. It's an Andy Satterland pattern, and for some reason it looks quite big on me. I got gauge, I followed the pattern, and it's really baggy. Maybe I'm not busty enough, but I thought the yellow went quite nicely with my banana dress, which is from Carousel, which is an Irish brand. I discovered it when I went to Dublin last year, and bought this dress online from them, and it fits so perfectly. I actually want to cry. I love this. Anyway, that's all for admin. It went on far longer than it usually does, I think. So let's get into finished objects, because I have one. I just need to grab it. So there's going to be an awkward cut now. And I'm back. This was blocking on my spare room floor. Though it feels quite dry now, so it might be finished. I might have to pin out the edges again and maybe steam it. We shall see. Anyway, I was making a Baker Street scarf. I've completely forgotten who the pattern is by. But it's just out of some Starcraft acrylic. In the colour burgundy. It took about 1.5 balls of the Aran weight yarn. And yeah, it is complete and blocked, because you can block acrylic, contrary to popular belief. Really easy pattern. It's a 2-stitch repeat. It's a free pattern on the Ravs. Yeah, two stitch pattern repeat. It's essentially broken rib. So you've got this nice smooth side here, and then got the fun textured side here. So depending on if you're, you know, plain or jazzy, something for all occasions. And it's not quite dry, still feels a bit damp, so I can lay that back out again post podcast. It's the good thing about the warmer weather. But yeah, my edges are rolling in slightly, and I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe I should have slipped the edge stitch or something, but that is complete. I knit it very quickly. I had basically spent quite a lot of my social knitting that instead of socks. I went to a street food fair on Saturday and spent quite a lot of time knitting that. I'm going to keep playing with my hair. I'm really sorry. This fringe is getting on my nerves. Let's see if I can tuck it away. Whew. Tucked away. Better. Or something. I'm going to get my hair sorted out on Tuesday, because this is a mess and I can't be doing with it anymore. That's very stressful. That's my only finished object. Forgot to mention the tea I'm drinking, because I know you're all so interested. I don't know if anyone is as interested in the teas I drink, but I am drinking Bird and Blend, which used to be the Bluebird Tea Company, but now it's Bird and Blend Tea Company. I'm drinking Monkey Chops, which is a banana tea, which I hadn't quite put together, that I'm wearing the banana dress and drinking banana tea. That wasn't planned, but let's pretend it was, make me look far more organised than I am. But it's too hot to drink right now. But it's definitely one of my favourite teas of the moment. I do love the banana tea. Yes. So let's move on to half objects. Living in my fringe field supply bag with all my pins and badgies on, I have a half object of this sock. This was my woolen sock. I cast it on for woolen. But because I wanted to get that scarf knit, this has been completely abandoned. But I finished the first one and need to cast on the second one. at the moment I just have empty needles, but the yarns that I am using are both Lollipop Guild yarns. The golden colour, which is obviously a colour of du moment, is Goldie Hawn, and then this fantastic stripy colour, it's not a self-striping yarn, but let's say it's a, is it called micro stripe? You know, where it's not like dyed to systematically, but it like spirals, the stripes spiral around, which is pretty cool. And that's in the colour Twilight, and it's got speckles in the natural colour that match this bit. So yeah, it's just a basic sock. I'm using 2.25mm needles, German twisted cast on, 64 stitches. I did 15 rows of 2x2 rib. I knit down till I thought the leg was long enough, then started to increase for my new depths heel. I increased by 2 fewer stitches than I have been, so I only increased by 6 stitches than the 8 that I have been doing. And I pulled the stitch tighter on the turn, and that has actually made my heel look much better. I think my knitting has loosened up quite a lot, and I need to rein it back in before it gets too out of hand. Yeah, knit the foot till it fit, and then did a standard square toe decrease with a grafting that end. All ends are woven in because I'm really good at that. And that is my basic sock pattern that I use on a 2.25mm sock. And there's not much else to say about that really. So that's that. So for my own knit along, you have to enter your, oh, it does look like it's about to absolutely chuck it down. For my own knit along, I am making a hoodie shawl cardigan, because cardigans are a form of sweater, let's just pretend, because I wanted to knit this. Last time I showed you, I'd done the short rows on the right side. Now I have done the short rows on the left side, and I'm just starting to knit back and forth and back and forth across the back. So this is actually my own hand-dyed yarn. I sell hand-dyed yarn. I am Chromatic Yarns, but you can find it in my Etsy shop, which is not only linked below, but it's called The Corner of Craft as well, for easy remembering. So the purple colour is called Vicious Mockery, which is a cantrip that can be cast by, I think, wizards, but definitely bards. All of my yarns are dyed in colourways inspired by various things in Dungeons and Dragons. So be that monsters, be that classes, races, or spells, cantrips, that kind of thing, because I'm a huge nerd. So Vicious Mockery, you essentially insult your target and they get damaged from it, which is a really fun thing to do in the middle of a really stressful battle, just shouting insults at the DM, the Dungeon Master, who is coincidentally my fiance, so I can just insult him, which is always funny because I'd never ever want to do that. And then the other colour, not because I can't, but because I don't want to, because that's not a very nice thing to do. But it's always fun, and plus I'm really bad at thinking up insults because I'm actually quite a nice person, to not toot my own horn or something, but to toot. So I come up with insults just like, oh, you're such a bumhole, and then I just sound like a child trying to insult someone. Anyway, so this Speckly Delight on the bottom is Blue Slad, which I actually posted a picture in my last live stream, but no, last podcast, sorry. But is a blue creature, from bluish purplish creature from the Underdark. Yep. So I did the short rows, the right side short rows, very neat and tidy. It's German short rows. The left side short rows, not as neat and tidy, but I'm hoping it blocks out. Plus, who's going to get that up close and personal with my back? Hopefully not many. But now I've just got to keep knitting and purling and knitting and purling. Now's the boring bit, let's be honest. Till I've done just over 30 centimetres from under my arm, so I'm nowhere near close. I think I'm at 17 centimetres, and I got really excited and then realised how much longer I have to go. It's going to take a while. But I got a little chicken on it to keep me company, because I also bead stitch markers. They're not under the Chromatic Yarns umbrella, they're just the Corner of Craft. Yeah, my little beaded chicken. These are made using a technique called bead weaving, which is a technique whereby I, you know, sew beads together one by one to make very cute, lightweight and adorable stitch markers. I'm usually really bad at keeping stuff that I make for myself because I don't want to deprive anyone if people say they want it. But you know what? This little chicken has just been looking at me on my desk, and I thought, maybe I can't sell him. Maybe he's mine. And now he is. But yes, I am using 3.5mm higher sharp interchangeables, and you will notice that I basically only use higher sharps. That's because when I started knitting, that's what was recommended to me from several people, and I don't actually like spending that much money on needles. I like having control over how many needles I have, because then I have and then I can only cast on so many projects. I feel like if I had a ton of needles, I would actually just cast on everything. But for example, I currently want to cast on something that uses the 3.5mm needles, but in this way I have to finish this before I can cast that on. You see, it is sensible. But yes, I am making the medium size. I didn't swatch, but I hope it fits. Oh, it might be a little narrow. Luckily I'm on a diet, so hopefully it works in my favour. Right. I'm only going to make I'm going to make a 2-colour hoodie shawl cardigan, and it's also not going to have a hood, so it's just going to be a shawl cardigan. What are you going to do? I just feel like I wouldn't ever wear the hood, so what's the point in having the hood, you know? This is on my merino 4-ply base. I was going to come up with fancy names for all of my bases, but then my brain isn't very good at thinking up fancy names for bases, so I've just named them what they are. I've got my sturdy sock, which is my 75/25 superwash Blueface Leicester and nylon, which is just my standard sock base. Got merino 4-ply, which is 100% merino. I wouldn't recommend it for socks because of lack of nylon, but I mean, you could use it for socks if you want to. And then I've just got my BFL double knit, which I am yet to put any in the shop. Oh, and I've got an MCN 4-ply. Trying to, as confusing as it is to have lots of different names for yarn bases, for example, or weights of yarn. For example, 4-ply, fingering, sock, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to stick to the British terms because I am British, and it's just quite nice to have that. Not to say there's anything wrong with the American terms, obviously, why would there be? But I don't know, it's just nice to cling on to your Britishness sometimes. I also cast something else on this morning because I cast off that scarf last night, and this morning I was sat watching 13 Reasons Why, the second season. Don't really want to discuss it, didn't really enjoy it. I only watched it because I wanted to know what happened. Kind of regret the amount of hours I wasted watching it, but I finished it this morning, and now I've started this as something else because I didn't want to put this jumper down. It's awful. I cast on a teeny tiny baby flax light. I'm not pregnant, don't get excited. One of my friends is expecting, and I thought I would knit them a jumper. So this is actually the first ever yarn I purchased from Edinburgh Yarn Festival, or any yarn festival to be fair. So this is my first purchase from EYF 2017, because it was last year, not this year. I haven't got the year wrong, I know what I'm talking about. This is by Rusty Ferret. There you go. You may remember me showing this off. This is called Sprinkles, and this was to celebrate their, I can't remember how many, maybe 1 year of dyeing, so many years of dyeing yarn. It was a celebratory yarn. 75/25 superwash merino nylon, and I thought this was going to be much brighter than it is, so I'm actually pleasantly surprised by how pastel it looks in the cake. I mean, you got a bit of pop of brightness every now and then, but it's actually knitting up beautifully. I am following the pattern exactly as it's written. I'm not inventive enough to be able to do anything else. So I've got the garter bit panel for the sleeves. This is a free pattern by Tin Can Knits for anyone who doesn't know. It's in all sizes from newborn to 4XL, and it's just a basic all-in-one top-down raglan sweater. Baby jumpers are not included in the 50k sweater count, so I'm not knitting this as any part of that. But I just really wanted to knit a baby jumper, and I've got quite a few single skeins of sock yarn that I wanted to knit up into baby jumpers, and just to have, as I am now that age where people are getting married and having babies. So I thought it would be quite useful to have some in stash. Like, oh, someone is pregnant, here, have a baby jumper, look how quickly I knitted for you. Just kidding, I already had it knit. So I've done all my raglan increases, and I'm now just doing a bit of straight knitting before I separate off under the arms. It says to use a 2.75mm needle. I didn't swatch. It says to use a 2.75mm needle for the ribbing around the top, but I cast it on and I did the first row and I looked at it and thought, there is no way that's getting over a baby's head. So I ripped it out and then used a 3.25mm needle for the ribbing, and I've gone up to the 3.75 for the body, and I think it's much better. Hopefully that fits over a baby's head. I don't have children. I don't know how big babies' heads are. I don't know how big babies are. I'm a little bit stressed that it's not going to fit, but yes. I'm knitting the 0 to 6 month size. Babies have really big heads. Maybe it's not going to fit. I don't know. That's pretty stretchy. I did a German twisted cast on. It's pretty stretchy. Yeah, maybe it'll be fine. Let's be optimistic. But yes, really enjoying this knit. I have my little hedgehog stitch marker on from Owls and Orchids. I don't tend to buy many stitch markers from people, but I saw this hedgehog and thought, yes, I must have you, because it is so cute and so lightweight, so perfect for light knits like this. And this is living in my Emerald Fibres bag. And I still have the label in it, so you can see where you can get one of your own. This was a purchase from Woolen. I used it for that scarf that I knit, and it's perfect for walking and knitting, because you just put it on your arm and you just get knitting. This one has got more use than my other one so far, so obviously this is the bag that had my heart, but I still love the other one. Maybe I'll use the other one now. Okay, right, let's change bags mid-podcast. We're crazy town. So now I'm using this one. I mean, I got it. I may as well use it. Plus the baby pink on the front matches the baby pink of the yarn. Yeah, done, transferred. Now I get to scrunch this for the first time. Ooh, yeah. So I will be knitting on this later. I'm going to choir like a once a month pop-up sing-along thing. I've mentioned it a few times in past podcasts. So I'm going there tonight. So I'll probably take some knitting with me to do, because we tend to get there early. Also, I just really like knitting. Okie dokie. Well, that's all for whips. I so much want to cast on another jumper, but I know that's really unreasonable, and the fact I've cast on that flax light for the baby size is also unreasonable. At the moment, all I want to do is knit all of the things, so I'm trying to make the most of it because I've got quite a lot of stash to get through, so I better get knitting. So much noise happening outside, I don't even know what's going on, so I'm really sorry if you can hear that, but there's not an awful lot I can do about it. So stash enhancements, I've already shown you the things I got from Jess, so thank you very much, Jess. And yesterday I went on a marathon of a walk, not actually, but I got a bit lost on my way. So I had to go to the post office to pick up a parcel, and then I had to go to another place to pick up a UPS because I was out, which is really annoying, but whatever. And I can't drive, so, and there was no direct bus route, so I thought, oh, it's only a half an hour walk. I'll walk there because it's only an hour full journey. I apparently got a bit lost on my walk back, and it ended up taking me 80 minutes in total, and which isn't, you know, that far, but it's still frustrating. But one of my things was a little card reader for any future shows that I may do, or stalls that I may have, or pop-ups that may occur. I need to talk to where I currently work about doing a pop-up. Yes. So, okay, let me just put that out there before I go into this next thing. If you are around the East Midlands area, or, you know, in close proximity to Nottingham, if I were to do a pop-up shop in a coffee shop, on a Sunday, it would probably be, let's be honest, would you be likely to go? And I don't mean the people that say, oh, I'd love to go, but unfortunately I live in a different country. I mean like the people that could actually go. Would you go? Because I have a feeling regular customers wouldn't understand indie dyed yarn and stitch markers. So I feel like I don't want to do one if it's not going to be fruitful. And I don't mean, you know, make a mint. I don't care about that. But let me put my phone on do not disturb. Yeah, but I just don't want to have a stall and then not sell anything in front of my co-workers, because that would be the most embarrassing thing. So I just wanted to ask that. Anyway, a little bit of stash enhancement. If you watched my live stream yesterday, I got my knit crate and I opened it for you so you could see what I got. This month was ice cream themed. You got both, I just get the basic knit crate. I'm not going to go too much into it, but you get both a crochet and a knitting pattern. If you want more thorough information about knit crate, please feel free to watch my live stream yesterday. But this is the yarn that I got. It's yellow. Oh, it does clash with my cardi terribly. But this is Vidalana, which is just the Knit Crate's house brand, or an in brand. The colourway is called Bananas. Very apt. Very apt. Oh, also the colour coordination of my mug to my head right now, with the bandana and the lipstick. Ooh. Once again, not intentional, just it's a clean mug. But yes, this is 75% superwash merino, 15% nylon and 10% cashmere. It is so soft. And yes, this is in the Bananas colourway, and they are the same dye lot. But it's just this fantastic yellow, and now I'm not usually a yellow fan. It's already got my hair on it. God, I molt so much. I'm not usually a yellow fan, but this yellow is fab. And I like that I say I'm not usually a yellow fan, and here I am wearing yellow. I feel like this episode needs to be called something like Going Bananas or something, because literally all the banana things. Oh, it wasn't even intended. I just wanted to wear this dress and show it off. But yes, this is incredibly soft, and I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. But I've seen a lot of people, because I did a bit of Instagram stalking this morning instead of getting out of bed, and people have received last month's knit crate and this month's knit crate at the same time. And last month's was contemporary, and you know what, these actually go really well together. Look how good they look. So I could knit Andy Satterland's new pattern, which is called Waters, I think, and that could be my main colour, and that could be my stripe. Oh, and it's like a t-shirt. Or I could knit Amy Apple's new pattern, which is the boardwalk blouse, and that's like a cropped jobby out of this. Or maybe I want to do that, and then I still have a skein for the plan that I had, because that only required one skein. Oh, maybe I have just found another top I want to knit. Because this will look really good, don't you think? Because it's like big stripes of this bit and little stripes of this bit. Yes. It's so not my usual colour palette. Do I have anything I could wear it with? Yes, sure. If not, I can buy something. Oh, knit crate, what have you done to me? Yeah, I think this needs to happen. Damn it. But I do still have his game for the plan. I disappoint myself sometimes. That's gonna look so good though. Regrets, I have a few. I don't really, no regrets. I think it's everything. Yes, if you would like to grab your own knit crate, I don't want to harp on about it too much, but there is a link in the description box below that you can click to get your own knit crate, and there's also a coupon code listed in the description box below if you would like 20% off your first knit crate. And for complete, let's try again, and for complete transparency's sake, the link that is listed down below is an affiliate link, and that just means that if you buy your knit crate by using that link, you don't have to, but if you do, I get a bit of money back for it, and it costs you no extra. So yes, it's free worldwide shipping. I haven't had any problems with customs as yet. I mean, I can't say what it's like for your country, because it is based in the States, so all prices are in US dollars. But I really think it's worth it, because each month you get different bases, different weights, different colours, and then you might even go for colours that you would never ever pick up in a shop. She says, I got a neon yellow skein right behind me. It's right here, hidden away. But yes. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm just throwing everything everywhere. But yeah, I think that's everything that I actually have to share with you in this podcast. This is quite a short knitting segment of the podcast. I'm not having a shop update this week. I'm still catching up on exhausting myself last week. So let's move on to life. If you're done here and all you're interested in is knitting, thank you so much for watching. And I forgot to say in the beginning, thank you for watching. I haven't quite got my spiel down. You know when you watch some podcasts, you're like, you know what, your spiel is down. Mine is not. My signing off spiel is perfect. I almost go into customer service mode then. But my opening spiel for the podcast is not very good. But, yes, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe if you would like to. I will be talking about life stuff, so don't leave if you don't want to. And yes, cool. Life. What's happened? Not too much really since the last time I saw you. I went to a street food market. It was a lot of fun. It was in an abandoned, not abandoned, that's the wrong word. It was in an old bus station. And we emailed and inquired about having our wedding reception there, and they said that wasn't something that they do, and I'm so sad because it would have been an awesome location. But yes, the street food thing was actually really nice, so we might go back again next month. And then we went to the pub afterwards, and I had a cider. You see, I am a bit of a cider snob. I don't like really sweet ciders. I like quite a sharp, dry cider is my cider du choix. And so I tried a craft cider, which are usually good ones, and I only had half a pint of it, and I was 3 ciders in by this point, but it tasted exactly like apple sours shots, and there's a reason you only have a shot of it and not half a pint of it. It was not pleasant. Anyway, then went to the pub and had just had a really nice time with friends, and now the bin men are here, so that's more noise. Sorry, my foot has gone very dead. I actually worked far too much last week and have worn myself out, as happens. I don't know why I do this to myself, but my nice part-time job turned into a full-time job last week, which is fine. And then I also tried to do a full yarn update on top of that, which is also fine, and kind of burnt myself out a little bit. So I still need to package and post orders, but I'm aiming to do that tomorrow morning before I go back to work, even though I've had the last 2 days off. But I've just needed to exist for a while, and I think that's allowed. So if you have ordered from me and you're like, where are my packages? Well, hold tight, they're coming. Tomorrow, I'll package and post them, I promise. But yes, other than that, there is still some yarn in the shop if you want to go check that out. I tried really hard to do a nice range of colourways. I'm quite proud of my update this week. And that's pretty much it. I feel like I haven't done too much else. Anything coming up? No, not really. Oh, going to Birmingham Good Food Show this weekend. That is exciting. Yeah, that's happening. So if you see me walking around Birmingham Good Food Show, please feel free to come up and say hi. It's a huge long shot, I know. I'm not expecting anyone to come up and say hi because, yeah, but I will be there and I'm very excited. I'm going to eat all of the samples and drink all of the samples and it's going to be great. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to enter the 50k sweater cal. Feel free to share your current makes either in the Ravelry chatter thread, and you can also share them on Instagram if you like, using hashtag 50k sweater cal. It's a nice long one for you. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Feel free to follow me on social media if you like. As I said before, links can all be found in the description box below, as well as links to the Ravelry group for show notes. And oh, I love this dress so much. What else was I going to say? Oh, if you did enjoy this video, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button below this video. Not only does it let me know that you like it, but also helps to get my video out there into the YouTube sphere, which is quite useful as YouTube is a form of income for me. So the more people that view it, the better. And also it's just a nice thing to do. I hit thumbs up on everyone's podcast I watch. It's now just part of my podcast watching routine. Anyway, also feel free to subscribe. If you subscribe, that just means that my video will pop up in your subscription feed on the front of YouTube, on the main page of YouTube. And it means you can see my videos easier. And once you hit the subscribe button, not that I'm telling you what to do, but there's a little bell that crops up next to it. And if you click that, it turns on notifications, and that just means whenever I upload a video or I'm live streaming or whatnot, you'll get a notification through on whatever device that you have YouTube on, be it your tablet, your phone, even your desktop, if you have notifications enabled, obviously. And it will just say the Corner of Craft's uploaded a video, and that way you don't miss out on my podcasts. Obviously, no pressure, you don't have to do that, but you know, sure. Just gonna stop that thought right there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!